and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache.
Hey guys, so I decided I have like 30 more minutes in the studio, so I was like, I'm gonna reflect on the give back yesterday. I didn't take videos of me giving food to people, so I just wanted to talk about it. I might throw this in a video, like us packing the things up or whatever, but for the most part, I did not take videos of me actually giving people food. But basically, for our 1 year anniversary, instead of throwing an event or doing something real, bougie, cute, I decided to do a give back. I bought toiletries and food for underprivileged people, homeless people. So yesterday, since I'm from Brooklyn, me and my friend started driving around finding homeless people, and we did that for like 3 people, but people are a little crazy, so I stopped doing that. Some people were very like gracious and thankful, and they mentioned God, so I was like, oh, I feel so good. But then towards the end, some people were a little crazy, so I just stopped giving it to actual people on the street, because that's kind of dangerous. So we stopped by a homeless shelter, and like by downtown Brooklyn, please pardon the noise, and that really messed me up, because so my friend went inside to like call people out because we couldn't go inside the actual shelter. So people started coming out, they started grabbing food. Everybody was so nice. It was like, hey, boo, 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 chatting it up, giving food out, giving toiletries out, giving, whatever. And then I saw a girl that I went to elementary school with. I went to elementary school with her, and she was in the homeless shelter, and that freaking rocked my boat, whatever, I don't know. It just shook me up, because like we was driving in the area, and I remember mentioning it to my friend, like, oh, I went to school over here, and he probably just shrugged it off. But maybe an hour or so later, when we finally got to the actual shelter, the same girl I went to school with that I mentioned about, earlier, she was there. She came out of the shelter, and I guess she was living there, and she looked pregnant, like she had a little bump or whatever, and that just messed me up. At first, I hugged her. I was like, oh, she kind of got my attention. She was like, hey, I know you, and then we hugged and chit-chatted or whatever, but it didn't get too deep. It was just like a hey, I gave her food, blah, 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 and it was just like a nice little whatever. I didn't want to make it awkward, because I hate putting people in awkward situations, and I hate being in awkward situations myself, so I try to make it seem as normal as possible. But then when we started driving away, it was just like, you really have to be thankful for all your freaking blessings, because like me and this girl, we went to the same school. Like, that could have easily been me. That could have easily been someone that I'm related to. Like, and it's just like, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know how people's lives has changed. So just be empathetic. Like, that messed me up. And if I think about it too hard, I'm gonna start crying again. And we don't do that on social media. So I'm not about to sit here and cry, but I just say all that to say, just like, be thankful for every freaking thing, because living on the street, having to stay in a homeless shelter, I'm sure is maybe common for people, but for me, that, especially for someone I knew, I felt like that's really close. Like, that just showed that any wrong turn, any wrong decision, your life can be upside down. And the thing about it, she was smiling, she was happy, and she was grateful. And if she could be grateful, and she could be smiling, and she could be welcoming and loving, then I can do it too. Any one of us can do it too. It's no reason to be stink or give people cold shoulders or think you're just too bougie for anything. It's like, people are out here really living, really going through things, and you want to be acting like you queen freaking, like, I don't know. It's just be thankful, be grateful, and that experience was one for the books. And I think being that I just turned 24, God is trying to just like shake me up a little bit. And I see you guys, you need to chill out a little bit, but I see you. And I just want to share that with you guys. I'm probably gonna put this on my IGTV or whatever, but be grateful, be thankful, love your neighbor, give back if you can. Because we just all trying to make it, okay? So that's all I have to say. Just be grateful, guys. Love you. Bye.
If you place your importance on this, which is like
appreciation,
love, you know, it's like that is enough. There's enough of that in everybody's life right now if they just took the time to look. In my life, I just took the time to look around, people that's around me, the things that are around me, like the blessings I have, and that goes for everybody. The homeless man on the street can still wake up and go, man, I'm alive.
I got my limbs.
I got my fingers. Like, my man just gave me $1. He ain't have to do that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like he has things that he can appreciate, and we can, if we look for those things for happiness, then it's attainable. If we look to the other things for happiness, it's never attainable.